Five, four, three, two, one. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Moon Tea Podcast. We're here to talk about craft community, building a meaningful career, and today we're joined by our guest, Spencer Corwin. Spencer works as a software engineer in the crypto ecosystem. Does maintenance for a lot of the tools in the Neo developer ecosystem, and he before that he worked in the finance banking worlds. Did pretty well, but then I guess wanted to work in technology, and like honestly Spencer did a really good job of studying and just like making the career change. He locked himself on Catalina Island for like 4 months and just went through the entire free code camp curriculum, and then just like work on a bunch of projects. And every 3 months he'd be like, hey, this is my website and my resume and the projects that I'm working on, like what do you think? And I would just be like, oh, you're doing it exactly like like, oh, I would maybe work on this thing. And then like 3 months later, like, yeah, I built that thing. I also built a Twitter bot and all these random other things. And then yeah, he just like it was amazing because I feel like a lot of people want to be software engineers, and like obviously it's hard when you're past college and you're doing like an actual career change, and then Spencer just like did all the work and then just like did the right, he like networked at the right time and then like got his job through a friend of a friend, and then now what are you, like the lead engineer?
Yeah, technically. I mean, I'm the only engineer, so yeah.
Wow.
Like CTO in a sense, but
wow.
yeah, a lot of work. Yeah.
Wow. Free code camp. That's intense, going through that whole thing. Wow.
Yeah, it was a good curriculum to like guide me, because I didn't know exactly what to study, what was going to be in demand, but through a lot of reading and networking and stuff, and kind of just reading the tea leaves of the industry, was like, yeah, web development is like the way to get in, and free code camp has like the best curriculum to follow. And then I figured I'd follow that and did, and that turned out to be a good plan.
That's so impressive. Yeah, so tell me a bit more. Like, what is it? You said you're a software dev, but you're the main lead dev for a crypto company?
Yeah, so it's called NeoTracker. That's the name of the company. We got two products. We have NeoTracker at neotracker.io, which is what's called the Blockchain Explorer and a wallet application for a very specific blockchain, which is called the Neo blockchain. So yeah, and then we have another set of another product that we call Neo One, which is what we're actually more well known for, which is a set of developer tools. They're just NPM packages, developer tools for JavaScript developers to write tools and applications and smart contracts for the Neo blockchain, just the Neo blockchain.
Wow, so that's actually really cool.
Yeah, so so if you like buy a Bitcoin, for example, and you want to see the transaction on the blockchain, you would go to a blockchain explorer to actually see the transaction, what block it was in, all this kind of metadata that most people don't care about your transaction. You go to that, and then you use a wallet application, which our NeoTracker also does, to handle your funds. So you would use the application to send money, to see what your balance is, and that kind of thing.
Cool.
Kind of handle your funds.
So is Neo its own protocol?
It's its own blockchain. It uses and yeah, it has its own protocol. It's very similar to, like, it's got a lot of overlap with other blockchains though. So the main difference is the consensus algorithm, which is just how all the nodes agree on the state of the Neo blockchain, and it uses like a proof of stake is what's called. Like Ethereum is what they're trying to go to for Ethereum 2.0. And yeah, so yeah.
That's so sweet. Yeah, so it's a proof of stake blockchain, and you've got smart contracts. That's pretty impressive. How long have you guys been around for? It's impressive.
It's been around, man, for a while. It was actually called Ant Shares at first. I mean, it like kind of, probably came on the scene, I don't know, around the same time as Ethereum, I want to guess, or maybe afterwards, soon afterwards. But yeah, it's got the whole smart contract infrastructure like Ethereum does. It's got the proof of stake. Yeah, so it was called Ant Shares, and then they rebranded it to Neo, and that's kind of when it kind of exploded in popularity.
Wow.
And it's based, the team for Neo is based out of Shanghai, so it's sometimes referred to as the Ethereum of China.
And then here you are.
And then here we are, yeah. So the guy who founded this company, he was working at Facebook as a software engineer for a long time, super talented engineer. And then when all the crypto stuff exploded in 2017, and it was just like, everyone was getting in on it and trying to figure out what to do. He just wanted to like learn about it. This is how it was told to me. He wanted to learn about it. And so the best way that he knew how to do that was to just make something. He was an engineer, so he just had to make a blockchain explorer. And in that process, I'll learn everything there is to know about blockchain. And so I don't know how he exactly picked Neo, but I think he said that Neo was the only one that didn't have like a very popular blockchain explorer yet, or maybe it was no like English language blockchain explorer yet. So he just picked that one because like Ethereum at that point had, they had all the tools built out. They all these nice, well done blockchain explorers and stuff like that, wallets and tools like that. So he made one for Neo, and then it just kind of exploded. It's a really nice UI. It's a really nice user experience with this blockchain explorer. It's a really good one. It's very well organized and stuff like that. So he did a good job, and then it just exploded in popularity. Money started coming in, and then he quit his job and started doing it full time, started hiring people. And then was the tools, the Neo One tools, the developer tools that came later.
No way. That's so cool.
Yeah. So I mean, he built the whole thing pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is there like a special like what's the advantage of Neo over Ethereum or Cardano, which will get smart contracts soon, on Solana and that stuff?
I'm actually not that familiar with the other blockchains. I believe the main benefit is the main difference between Neo and the other blockchains, like Ethereum, is the consensus algorithm, the proof of stake. It's called Byzantine fault tolerance.
Yeah, Byzantine. Yeah, that's the thought experiment behind that. The Byzantine general experiment blows my mind. I still barely understand it.
I definitely have not looked at it. I don't know. But so it means that once a block is persisted to the blockchain, that's it. That there is no like waiting for, there's no potential forks. There's no like waiting for, oh, you gotta want to wait for 6 blocks before you consider the transaction final, that kind of thing. So it's like a block is added every 15 seconds. And once the block is added, you can be sure that it's not going to be not added. So that I think that's the main benefit of ours versus others.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And actually the other main thing is that I'm not super sure about developing smart contracts in Ethereum, but I know we at least market that you can write, we have compilers. So we have a general purpose Neo VM to run smart contracts on, which means the community maintains a bunch of different compilers for different languages. So you can, we actually maintain a TypeScript compiler, so you can write a smart contract in TypeScript. It's just normal. We try to make it as close to normal TypeScript as possible. So if you're just a JavaScript, a TypeScript developer, and you want to write smart contracts, you just write TypeScript. It's very, very regular TypeScript, and that compiles down to an executable Neo contract. And so there's also compilers for C#, Python, Java. I think there might be more, but those are the main ones at least. So it's a kind of like, look, like there's like very, like a easy learning curve. You don't have to like learn Solidity or some brand new language or understand like even that many nuances of blockchain to write an application very quickly.
I've heard Solidity is really close to JavaScript. I haven't worked with it, but
yeah,
that's,
yeah. They based a lot of it off of JavaScript, but they have a lot of similar patterns for sure. That's amazing. So you wrote all those compilers. Congrats.
No, help maintain the TypeScript compiler, which is a really cool project actually. Like I'm really happy that that was something that we had, that I as like a new developer could work on a compiler. It's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What kind of stuff do you want to work on for your next thing?
I don't know. I like what I'm doing now. Like I like the work. I like the it's fun. I don't know. I don't really. I don't know if I care that much about what I'm working on at this point. Yeah.
Wait, you don't care about what you're working on, or you? I must have
Well,
missed something.
well, I don't. He was saying like what I want to work on, right? Or what kind of?
Yeah, I guess what are well, because you've told your own company as well. At the end of the year, you're going to be looking for another job,
Yeah.
and
Wow, that's straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, there's only two of us, so it's there's no secret between us.
Got you.
if
Got
Spencer
you.
leaves, then the company is over, basically.
Maybe. I think we are trying to find someone. Yes, we're trying to make it a smooth transition, so I can transition out, and someone else can transition in a way that everyone can be happy going forward.
But
So
yeah, I guess I'm wondering, like, other than working at a big company and getting paid X amount more, is there anything that you're looking for?
I mean, it's more about having more engineers around me, and to like guide me and teach me the right way to do things, and learning from really good engineers. Whereas right now I don't really have anyone to learn from. I am obviously able to like learn from overcoming the challenges of my day-to-day job, but it just
But
means
you're telling me Google doesn't do the trick? You can't. That's not the mentor you're looking for.
Yeah,
Google?
exactly. Yeah. I think there's more to life than that. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about that much exactly. I think it's going to come down to like what teams have positions available at whatever company, and if they say like, do you want this team or this team, then I can evaluate at that point and say like, oh, that thing sounds cooler than the other thing.
Got it. Yeah. So you're looking for mentorship and growth, and just how do you grow yourself in the development world?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Right on. That's very fair. That's honestly very fair. How long? And you've been working at Neo for what, 2 years now as a dev?
Yeah, a little over 2 years. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's incredible. You've probably done a lot. If you're the sole dev, I can't even imagine, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I've only been the sole dev for like 6 months now or so.
Still, that's a long time.
Yeah.
You're killing it.
I mean, my coworkers were great when, the other coworkers that I had, the other engineers that were on the team before were awesome. So I learned a lot from them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So like, you want to grow a bit more into the tech industry and in Fang, et cetera, as your kind of like goal. What are some like side projects or any hobbies, or what do you like to do? What are you working on these days on the outside?
In terms of software, nothing. I actually just
Whatever.
on the work.
Spencer is all hustle, all work.
there's so much work to do all the time. We're always playing catch up. So, and I really like it, and I still learn from the code. Like there's such a huge code base, and there's so many challenges and so many things to work on that it gives me plenty. So I don't like to split my attention and focus in too many directions. So I think I have tried in the past to like start on side projects and stuff like that, but just keep coming back to focusing on the work that I have in my day-to-day job. It provides me everything I need. So for now, at least.
What about outside of software work stuff?
Just normal. I do CrossFit and go on hikes a lot, and have a social life, and normal stuff. I'm a pretty normal guy.
Spencer does backflips.
I was learning to do a backflip last year. That stopped.
All right, let's see it.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, in the apartment. I probably could. It's just like a risky, it's risky.
Especially
live. Yeah, especially live. Yeah, for my ego, not for my physical health.
Yeah. You could be a hero.
Yeah, it
Or
would be
you could
really
a
cool, but no,
thorn in
no,
your
no,
bum. Darn.
Spencer goes on Bumble BFF.
no.
Just
Yeah,
finds people to hike with.
oh yeah, always making new friends for sure. I've only
Oh,
done it
no
once.
way. Does it actually
Yeah.
work for you? Bubble BFF?
Yeah, it did work. I've met one person from. I don't do it. I haven't done it in a while. I met one person from there. I went on a hike with. I brought my friend, myself, and then this guy met us at the trail, and we all went for a hike, and it was super awesome. And we all stay in touch still
Oh, that's actually so
with
cool.
with the new guy that we met from that my friend and I met up with from Bumble, but yeah, it's hit or miss. Yeah, but he was super cool, and yeah, again, he's a friend now, so that worked out. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So where are you from, by the way?
Southern California,
Oh,
Orange
nice.
County.
OC.
Oh,
Hey.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on.
How about you? You're both from LA? Is that how you guys know each other?
no.
Oh,
I'm in Arizona. He's from LA. And we met in San Francisco. We met on like at a group thing called Koru, and then we met on BART.
you met on Bart.
Yeah, on the
What do you mean?
subway.
Well,
And
when I met Hugh, I was like, cool guy. I'll see him again, whatever. And then
After the program ended.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I just saw him on BART one day,
You're like, hey,
and
man.
then after that I was like, hey, like what are you doing this weekend? And then we spent a day in song, so that was pretty
The
memorable.
day in song.
Yeah, like we were like singing the whole day,
Oh, okay.
and like I would be beatboxing and someone would be rapping, and then I had a drum, so we're using that at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we spent a day in song. Like we didn't talk normally.
Right.
We were the whole day we were just
Yeah.
like, I want to do this next. Like, what do you want for lunch? And we're just like, it sounds like I'm making this up, but
No, I
this
believe
is
you.
true.
I totally believe you. Yeah.
it happened.
Like we're like I think we ate tacos or something. Like we're at the restaurant just like singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. We had some really good like really good beats and really good like melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I recorded some of it, but too much in the moment to whip out my phone and be like, oh, I'm gonna record this.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that might have killed the moment. So yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you
Good
have any
times.
input on that day?
I just remember walking down a sidewalk and like there were green trees and looking around and it's like south of Berkeley-ish. And I was just like, I remember rapping and I was like, man, I feel really, really like comfortably uncomfortable because I normally wouldn't do this. And I've never done this before, but I'm like rapping in a terrible way. I'm like, I love hanging out with my friends, walking down the street, and here we go to get something. Let's go to this place over there. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Hey, hey, hey.
Nice.
Yeah, we're pretty quirky. Random stuff. Yeah, what's one of the quirkiest things about you, Spencer? What's it?
I don't know. I don't have a TV. How about that? There's no TV.
Oh,
here.
nice.
You can
Wow.
verify. There's no television.
Yeah, just a 3 computer screens.
Yeah, I have the laptop.
Mister,
Yeah.
I don't have a TV. I'm looking at 3 computer screens.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the ethos of the thing, you know.
This thing could be a TV right here.
It could be. It's like a
huge.
40-inch screen. Yeah. Yeah, it could be.
All right.
Wow.
Very quirky, Spencer.
So quirky. Oh my god.
That's awesome. Yeah, so like basically what I'm like trying to figure out here is how do we kind of like, I still want to talk about like blockchain, to be honest, and creating and just like as a developer, like what is it about development that kind of got you into it, and what was the hook? Like you seem driven, you seem like you really, when you're like there's always more to do, it sounds like you're really working hard. Like, what is it about deving and the whole ecosystem for you?
So when I like first was like got the idea of becoming a software engineer was like couple years ago. I'm like I've always been like a pretty voracious reader. Just like for the longest time, just read a lot. And so I read this book by Ray Kurzweil. Have you guys heard of Ray Kurzweil? I talked about him.
Yeah, dude, he's the futurist. He's
Yeah, he's a
unreal.
futurist. Yeah.
Yeah. First time learning about AR was through him, and like, yeah, a lot of stuff. He's great.
Yeah, he's very, very interesting, really interesting stuff. He's director of engineering at Google. He's been like a lifelong entrepreneur, super successful guy. He's not like I think like a lot of these people come up as like just theorists, like armchair theorists who write books and don't really do anything. You know, it kind of just comes off as almost like shallow thoughts in a sense. But this guy is, so I always say that like this guy is a successful entrepreneur, has made, invented things and sold real products into the real world, and his only job ever has been director of engineering at Google. So he's a legit guy. And anyway, so I was reading one of his books called How to Create a Mind, I think, or How to Build a Mind or something like that, a couple years ago. And it's basically about like in very, very deep technical detail about like how the human brain works and this like recursive pattern recognizers that our brains have, and like using that knowledge, breaking down how the brain works on a fundamental level to then create artificial intelligence. And so that's like that's what the book was about, and how it was being done and that kind of thing. And so the book like blew my mind, because basically up until that point, I had been under the impression that like most of the internet and information technology innovation had already been done. Like it was kind of over, like I missed the wave basically. And, like all the big cool things have been done, and that was it. And, it's all great and all, but just like, not much more innovation to be done. And then I read this book and it just shattered that thought. So I was like, oh my God, like this guy's 100% right. Like we're going to conquer artificial intelligence, and like things are just improving at a faster and faster rate. And, information technology still has a lot to go. There's still just endless opportunity for us to make new products and new services with this new technology. And there's just so much more to do. So that's what really planted the idea in my mind. And I was like, I got to get on this somehow. I don't know how, but that was the beginning. And then so then over time, I like talked to people and read more articles, how to become a software engineer. Like, was it possible? I had just got a new job too. So it was just like, that was where it started. And then went from there.
Oh, that's amazing. And so you're saying there's like a very interesting, the concept from the Ray Kurzweil book was just how much, because he's very focused on the singularity, right? Like, and all of that. So is the idea of being part of what we're creating to that, like the AI type presence, or is it just creating for technology's sake and to help others, or what's the reason? Like, what's the why?
Wait, for the brain thing, the AI thing?
For you, but like, what was it that you said there's like a piece in the book that just like clicked it for you?
Well, like I had before that had thought like, oh, I could go into like, I was kind of like not totally sure what I wanted to do with my life, where I wanted to go exactly. I was working in finance because I thought that would actually be a good way to like get a look at different industries and different businesses and stuff like that, and kind of get to the next step of like my development or whatever. Reading that book maybe like, so, but at that point I was like, tech is like done basically. I was like, it's been done, nothing there. It's cool and all, but
we already have Facebook.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yeah. Like we already have whatever. We have the internet and Facebook. What else do you need? And then there was like, no, AI is going to just the next like big wave of innovation is going to create all these, products and services that were previously, up until this point right now, not feasible, but this new tech will unlock all sorts of new possibilities. So then that idea is like, okay, now I can get into tech because it's still a big green field.
Got it. Is that what you're aiming towards, to go more down the AI track? Like, because there's narrow AI and there's wide AI, breadth AI. And
yeah,
I know we've got like narrow AI. So is your goal with this whole path and trajectory to kind of get more into the wide AI field? I don't know if that's the right term.
No, not necessarily. I'm not even necessarily interested in AI per se. Just it's more just like there's opportunity in this industry to use software and computers and the internet and possibly AI as well to make new products and services.
I love it. And the Web 3.0.
Yeah, and blockchain too, that kind of, yeah, Web 2.0, yeah, decentralized applications, all that. Yeah.
What a farce. It's gonna go nowhere. It's a total clunk.
Yeah. So yeah.
That slightly joking.
I
No,
think
that's
it's
cool.
cool to work with in the blockchain space, like Bitcoin
Yeah,
space.
seriously.
Yeah.
It would be so cool.
But
Oh
Hugh,
my goodness.
you are though. Like you're closer to it
I
than
guess
either.
I
But
am.
actually, well, Spencer is.
Well,
Both
I
of
don't
you
know.
are.
Spencer's literally a blockchain explorer master, probably. Like that's some in-depth nuance.
Yeah. I mean, our product, everything we do is open source. So if you guys want to help out,
Do some PRs. Yeah, you don't want my code.
I know that would be great. Yeah, I can help
I'm a
you
designer. I go to the design
out.
side because coding was I was good at it, good enough, but not nearly dedicated at all like the two of you. You guys, both of you.
So you're a
Wow.
designer?
I'm more of a designer, I would say. My happy place, even though I get into happy places, making some mobile apps and web apps and stuff, but I dabbing them. But I had more happy place time when I'm doing product design or collaborating in that sense and thinking about design. And that's actually something I'm really interested in too, because like the whole blockchain space, there's all devs, it's all tech, super big cyberpunks and stuff like that started it, and the whole movement goes forward. And there's so much innovation that is going to happen and is happening and will happen. The biggest issue, right, in my opinion, is the UX of everything. Like just to onboard my 92-year-old dad to get Ethereum and to get Bitcoin was such a pain. I'm still not even approved on certain platforms. It's so ridiculous. And then with that, how do you even get access to wallets and such? And I downloaded a wallet, an Exodus wallet. Not very big fan. Like I got some friends to do it. I thought it was really cool because there's only a $1 transaction fee in order to purchase $50 up. It's like a Cash App, basically, a Bitcoin and or Ethereum and such. But they actually have like these really random restrictions, and I can't even withdraw. Like basically just there's a lot of UI stuff and UI UX stuff that just really annoys me when I'm like, I just lost $9 on a transaction because I didn't even get told that would be that. And I don't know why. And you don't provide me a blockchain explorer. I don't even know what's happening. I like another time I went to, Uniswap and I tried to buy the sushi coin for fun or whatever, the Shiba token for fun, just with a few $100. And I lost like $100 because I paid a transaction fee because I'm an idiot and I wanted to just buy it and I wanted to suffer. I wanted at least once in my life to do the transaction fee on ETH that's super high. And I lost $100 because it's transaction fee of 100 at the time for gas. Do you know what freaking happened? The transaction was in process, getting verified, and then it got rejected somehow. I still have no idea to this day why. And I found out that of my few $100, I lost the $100 gas fee. It's just gone. Like I, as a user, lost $100 for no good reason, no explanation. A blockchain explorer by the Etherscan basically just said it was rejected. I had to go Google for 30 minutes what the heck is going on and how did this even happen. I still don't know to this day why it got rejected. No,
I feel like it's a difficult thing. People are working on it.
I know, but then just try to get like 92-year-old people onto it. It's like, okay, that's it. It's an interesting world, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know much about the Neo token. I'm guessing it's it's a blockchain, but I'm guessing it's a token as well, right?
Yeah, there's a native Neo asset. Yeah, Neo and gas.
Is that what it's called? Neo and gas?
No, it's Neo, and then there's another asset called gas.
Is one like a governance token, or?
The Neo is the one that you hold, to be like a stakeholder. That's the proof of stake. That's the stakeholder token, and then gas is what you pay for like transaction fees and running smart contracts and stuff.
Interesting.
Like powers the network, so to speak.
Interesting. Got you. So you have to like buy both.
Pretty much. I mean, right now at least there's like I forgot what the gas is. I think it's like 10 free gas for every transaction. So if you're sending Neo right now on the current Neo network, it's being upgraded right now, but on the current one, you can send Neo usually without any gas fees. So you don't typically need gas unless you're a
Oh,
developer running a smart contract or something like that.
oh, that's really nice. So it gets covered basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because otherwise it'd be a really bad experience. You had to just make it way more complicated to have to buy buy Neo, and then which we really want, and then you buy gas to send the Neo. It just makes it way more complicated. But it also comes with its own problems in terms of like network security and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast. What is this blockchain ecosystem even? It's ridiculous how many tokens there are, and like, what did they really do?
Yeah.
Like, really, what did they all really do?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hey, the three of us could make one.
Mhm.
Probably in like an hour or less.
Yeah,
I genuinely want to make a Moonty token just for schnitz and gigs. I just want to call it MT. and then and mint some NFTs for every episode that we have. Give out 2 or 3 NFTs per episode. Yeah. And then have a governance token for no reason.
Yeah, you can do it. You could
For
build
no
this
reason.
make this really easily with Neo 1 on the Neo blockchain.
Well, you know, but I don't know. I'm not the best JavaScript developer. I don't want to use TypeScript. It's just so typey.
Well, you only need to use TypeScript in the smart contract itself, which is it's really not that different from JavaScript. But you guys definitely could do it. I mean, we have tutorials for making ICOs basically.
Well, ICOs are illegal here, basically, right?
Really?
Well, I mean, as long as you're not representing it as like share in a company, then you're not saying that it's equity. You're just saying it's some token. It's just like a piece of.
Yeah, we can be transparent that we have no idea what we're going to do with this, but if you want to give us your money, then
yeah, you're just saying it's for fun. I mean, you could even just do it on the test net, and then it really is like disconnected from any kind of financial reality.
Have you guys heard of Useless Ethereum?
No.
It came out end of 2017. Beautiful website, and it was a real coin, and there was an FAQ section, and someone was like, it's like, oh, do you think is Useless Ethereum going to be on exchanges? And the person's like, oh God, I hope so. And then it was like, what are the ICO funds going to be used for? And the person's like, honestly, I'm probably going to buy a bunch of electronics, like get a bunch of like really nice video game setup. And then he keeps saying like, you probably shouldn't buy this, but if you want to, like, this is how you do it. And I checked, and he got like $100,000 just like from people being like, I want some Useless Ethereum.
It's a pretty nice video game setup you got now.
Yeah. It was very funny, and it was the only ICO at the time that was transparent about what it was doing.
Yeah.
So.
I love it. That makes a lot of sense to me. Do you know much about DAOs?
Not really, no.
I don't either. Okay, that was a good try.
I
like
more of a
I see
than anything else. Like making things work. That makes sense.
Got it. I like it. So make our dreams come true. MT tokens. Here we go.
Yeah, we could do it. I'm telling you, it would really not be that hard.
I feel like you know the adults that are like your next generation up, and then you say something and you're like, it's really not hard, and they're like, yeah, I bet it's not hard. That's how I feel like right now. Oh man, maybe that'd be sweet. Who knows? Let's ideate. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, let me know. We can make it happen.
Spencer, are you going to a CrossFit meet?
Meet?
Do you go to those competitions?
No, I don't think I've ever been as a participant. No.
Okay. Spencer goes like 6 days a week, maybe 5 days a week.
Yeah, 5 or 6 days a week. Yeah.
Wow, it's really impressive. Really impressive.
Yeah.
What have you? What's it called? There's like, gosh, yeah, CrossFit competitions would be intense. Oh my goodness. How long have you been doing that for? CrossFit?
Like on and off for a while, like maybe 10 years or so, 10 or 11 years.
Oh dang. Oh wow.
But mostly off because I like discovered it with my parents at the end of high school. Like Dad saw an ad in the paper, we went and we were hooked. But then I went off to college and ran cross country and track, so I didn't do much CrossFit then. Then I graduated, and depending on like whatever point I was at in my life since then, it was like, do I have enough money and time to do it? Then I would do it. If not, then I would just run or something. Yeah, so on and off for that period of time.
Spencer's dad is like a top 10 ranked for his age group in the US.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's actually impressive. What's your favorite workout? Full Murphy? Oh, shit.
Murph workout.
Yeah,
Big
a
pull-up.
Murph, yeah. 40-pound vest, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Something. I don't think it's quite 40 pounds. It's like 30 pounds.
30 pounds.
45 pounds. Yeah. I don't know. I just go work out. I'm like not like, it's not like my I don't give it that much more thought than like except for when I'm in the gym just working out.
Do you compete like against people in the gym? Because I know sometimes they do it for time and rounds and whatnot, but sometimes people
kinda
get
do.
competitive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight competitive element to it. I mean, we put our like scores for every workout into the application. It's called like the whiteboard. So you like kind of put your score in the system for the day, and then everyone can see what everyone did, and so you're kind of like ranked by top to bottom and by time or score or whatever, and you kind of see like, oh yeah, that guy that I'm usually super close with, like, oh, he beat me today, and I beat him yesterday though, and so you can kind of have these like little mini like friendly competitions, yeah. But
No,
nothing like
that's so cool.
serious.
Is
Yeah,
is that an app with your gym, or is that like a globalized or CrossFit centralized app?
No, it's like a third party application that is made for CrossFit gyms, and so they make like back end like gym management software, and then they also have like kind of customer facing software where you kind of enter your contact information, your billing information, stuff like that, so they can send out notifications to the system. They can also they post the workouts, so you can look at the workout for the week, the workouts for the week, sign up for class, that kind of thing. So it's really full end-to-end gym management, plus the like also keeping track of your personal fitness progress and like your lifting, your like best lifts and your best times and like scores for the day.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it. And then a feature to say, "Ha, beat you."
Yeah, you can like and comment on people's scores. Yeah, but it's usually just likes. It's usually just like, good job, man.
There's an aggressive competition app where there's no like feature, it's just aggression.
Yeah, it's just I will get you. Yeah.
Coming after you. You've been targeted. That would actually be kind of fun.
And then last fun fact, Spencer drinks like 30 of these a day.
Oh god.
Are those kombuchas?
Not 30.
Spencer runs on kombucha. Like,
I do like
Dude,
kombucha, yeah.
I'm a fan.
Kombucha.
Yeah, but part of my 10% of my blood. Yeah.
Have you made your own before? Your own mama yeast?
No, that's way too complicated. It's actually not that complicated, but you need pretty tight temperature control of the batches.
Oh, really?
I don't have that ability with my current setup.
Really? I once hung out with somebody and they went to the fridge, they opened their fridge and they just had this 1 gallon of kombucha just sitting there. I was like, what is this? It was the first time I'd ever seen it. And it was in San Francisco. And
Of course.
like, whoa,
Yeah.
floating around brown on
Scoby, yeah.
the SCOBY. Yes.
Yeah.
It is a science to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah.
Dude, it's so funny because Spencer probably has like rent, restaurants, kombucha budget, but kombucha budget is probably above, like, it's like probably just under rent for him.
That's really
Yeah.
Because
I know.
he gets the same flavor.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it from Costco. Like
I don't think it's
he'll
from
like
Costco.
clear out shelves
Yeah.
at like CVS.
I truly respect it.
When you sit at your desk all day, alone in your bar, yeah, just like that little kombucha to sip on. Why not?
What's the flavor that you're loving?
I actually like the original flavor, but for some reason they don't sell it in the stores that I go to anymore.
Come on.
Like making money.
What was that? Synergy? This is an advertisement for
ginger ale.
you.
This is ginger ale.
Ginger Aid.
The
Come on,
next
get your
best ever.
originals.
Yeah, they don't sell them anymore. I don't know.
Spencer's an upset customer.
I haven't.
What are you doing? We should
feel
tweet
like-
at him.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like if Spencer had two offers, he would, and they were pretty similar. Like he would choose whichever one had kombucha, and like if the other one didn't,
You mean like if they had him in the office, they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, free kombucha for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would be the equivalent
That
of,
would be
like-
a big perk for me.
that would be the equivalent of like a 20 grand upgrade.
Yeah.
Like-
I'd be like, careful what you wish for. Careful what you offer.
I just started working at the WeWork. We just had another one open up in Tempe, and it's like a 15-minute drive. They have kombucha on tap, so come here.
Okay. But is it? I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
gotta be like, it's gotta be very specific. Though. You know.
Yeah, no. One was
the-
strawberry basil. I mean basil. I'm just kidding. And the other one was apple cinnamon or something like that. Apple vanilla. I don't know. No original.
Mm.
Nope,
That
not
ain't
about
not
it.
going there. Yeah.
Not going there.
deal.
Dang
Spencer's
it.
gonna
I
go to the
tried-
nearest CVS and
Yeah.
try that one instead.
I wanted Spencer to come hang out.
Mhm. Spencer, do you like travel and do you go on vacations and stuff? I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh wait, no, you went to Florida a few times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Florida for a vacation, and I went to Florida again for my friend's wedding, and I've been other places.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty exciting.
Any favorite places?
I haven't had traveled that much, so I can't say I have like a favorite place yet.
Of the places you've been, any favorite places?
Oh,
He's like, no.
I hated them all. They all sucked. I really have not been that many places.
Me neither. I mean, that doesn't matter. Did you like anywhere you went? Like
Well, I
anywhere
like all of them. I liked,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's more like the experience. Every experience is like different, and
Oh, any
Yeah.
favorite experiences? What's a memorable one that's PG?
well, I just meant the whole vacation, the whole trip or whatever. The only like real trip I've like been on, like trip, like foreign, let's say, is was to Colombia a few years ago. A few friends and I went to Medellin, Colombia, and then we went to Cartagena, and that was fun. But that was like my first like kind of trip out of the country as an adult, like on our own. So that was just like that's like literally the only place I've been outside the country, not with my parents.
That's amazing. No, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And so you liked it? Was it a good time? You liked it? It was
Yeah. I mean, I think we can do better. Like it was fun, of course.
Oh,
That's what I mean,
all
like-
right. How do you do better? Tell me.
I
What's
just
the
mean,
next
like,
level?
That was our first trip, so we like, I don't know. For example, like everyone speaks Spanish there, so I would have prefer, like if I went to Latin America again, I would prefer to know Spanish pretty well, like a pretty good conversational level. We knew like enough Spanish to get by, but not that much. So I think that would have made it a lot better. For example,
That makes a lot of sense. Totally. Yeah, I remember. Traveling is difficult, especially into countries that are foreign speaking or
Yeah.
speak a different language. You're like, oh man, how do I actually feel one kind of like my goal when I travel? I want to kind of feel like a local, and I still haven't really figured out how to consistently make that a thing.
Yeah.
How do I get integrated and feel good about traveling? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hostels, I guess. Those are
That
really good.
helps.
Yeah.
Couch surfing. You can meet people even if you don't use it for your lodging. You can still use it to meet people, and we use that in Colombia to meet natives and make new friends and stuff, and people that I still keep in touch with to this day that live in
That's
Colombia.
really cool. No way.
Yeah, so that's definitely. I mean, I think didn't Elliot talk about that a lot on his podcast?
Yeah, Spencer listened to the whole thing.
Yeah,
Ah,
I did listen
that's
to that one, yeah.
amazing.
but
Hey.
we went to Colombia. Elliot had gone to Colombia already previously, which he may have talked about actually on his podcast.
Maybe.
And he used couch surfing, and so he went to Medellin and he made a friend, and before we went there he connected us with that friend that he made, and so
That's
we
amazing.
texted that guy on WhatsApp before we going, like, hey, we're gonna meet in Colombia for these days, love to meet you, whatever. And he was like super nice, super hospitable, invited us over to his home and made us food, and like he was like a resource for us too. We could be like, oh, is this a cool place to go? Is this a safe place to go? and he gave us like lots of like local information, and we hung out with him a few times, and then we went from Medellin to Cartagena, and we're like, hey, we're going to Cartagena tomorrow, and he was like, oh, I have this like long lost friend. I don't talk to him that much, but we grew up together in another city, and let me hit him up. And so he like hit him up, and so he connected us with that guy who was also big on couch surfing and also big on like meeting new people, meeting foreigners, like showing people his city and stuff like that. And so we got there, and he met up with us and showed us all the best restaurants and these like rooftop bars, and like told, it was another resource for us. And they both spoke pretty good English, so there was that too. So they, were big help to make our trip like 10x better.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Some people out there are just so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. That is so kind of them to make you dinner. My goodness. I don't even know if I could make a very good dinner if someone said, hey, I got some friends coming in. And two, then sends you on another adventure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a good host.
Yeah.
I had a friend who moved to Austin, didn't know anyone, and then went to a bunch of couch surfing meetups, and that's where he found his community.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like people will visit and then also go to those meetups. And then there's probably like a core group of people that's just locals that like didn't grow up in the area.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was his core group of friends for like 2 years. And I'm sure they had a bunch of events and stuff. So pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely a good resource.
Man, Meetup. That app, it got bought out for $200 million by WeWork, I believe, like a few years back.
Wow.
Yeah.
The UI hasn't changed at all. I feel like that app is stagnated. Like it had so much potential. And I guess it still works. People use it, but it's like it could be so much.
Spencer,
so much better.
Are there any words of wisdom or parting thoughts you want to say to our, I don't know, 2 or 3 listeners? Like we've upgraded since.
No, I see the counts. It's like 30. It's like 30 views, right?
All me at night.
Click.
Refresh incognito.
Yeah. I don't know. I should have thought of this beforehand. Words of wisdom. I don't know.
You have one chance. Don't mess it up.
Accomplish your dreams. That's my word.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
Accomplish your dreams.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything you want to promote?
You could, if you're interested in developing for a smart contract or some kind of decentralized application, come to neo-1.io. That's our website. Check it out.
Do it. You won't regret it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, much to my chagrin, as per usual, the time has come. Spencer, you are the man. Thank you for coming on to another episode of the Moon Tea Podcast with your co-hosts Jon and Hugh. Hey, this is a place. It is called a safe space where we talk about anything and everything, and also under the very generic branch of craft community and building meaningful careers. So tune in next week. Once a week we come out with something. Who knows what it'll be? Spencer, you're the man this week. Thanks for coming. See ya. Like and subscribe.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.